What's up, guys? We got Andrew back here again,
What's up,
and
guys?
this time we're actually working on his GSR Integra. So today we're actually working on installing coilovers and installing rear subframe stuff and LCAs.
Yep.
Very nice. And this is his GSR. It's super clean, especially from this angle.
It has a little bit of rust, but it was a one-owner car from '96 until 2014, so that's why it's clean. And I got it for $1,000, so I can't.
Yeah, you cannot complain about this. Dude, I should put that in the title, like $1,000 GSR.
I'm thinking of actually doing the Honda challenge with this because it's like a $2,000 challenge, and with the coils and all this, I'll have like $1,500 into it.
Yeah.
You know, and then we can start the performance mods, like the engine stuff. So
I don't know, to be honest, I don't know all the rules for the Honda YouTube challenge, but we'll watch it.
yeah, this could work.
Yeah. So this is it. It's got a primered hood and a primered bumper, and this rusty part on the bumper, but the previous owner did put dress-up washers on it, so it actually looks very nice.
I do plan to get a new, like, probably OBD2 front end for it.
Oh, this is pre-facelift?
Yeah, I did that on one of my old Integras, and I really like how it looks, so it's like way cheaper than doing a JDM front. You don't need a core support, you don't need any of that. So.
Yeah, I know I'm like unpopular opinion, but I actually like the
bug eye.
Yeah, and I like the OBD2 or the facelift front end a lot, so that'll be sweet. How many miles are on this thing?
128,000 original miles. So.
That's not much for an old Honda.
It got traded in at the dealership that I work at, and they let it sit at the lot. No one wanted it on wholesalers or anything, and I just offered him $1,000, and he said all right, and I took it for like $1,100 with tax. And I mean,
dude, that's a steal.
Sweet, man.
Runs and drives, and it runs and drives very well.
Yeah.
He
the interior
beat my FRS.
Clean. Yeah. Yeah, the interior, it has one rip here, but I mean it's kind of dark, but
it's really dark.
Yeah, it's like it's got the original floor mats and all that, so
it's nice.
Yeah.
All right, now we're gonna get going on the coils. We sprayed the lower control arms with PB blaster stuff. He's taking off those wheels, and then I just wanted to show you guys this. These are identical to my genuine Skunk 2 lower control arms. Like, same exact design, all the holes are in the same place, and they feel the exact same. The only thing that might be a little different is maybe the bushing quality, but they're the same size, so technically if these blew out, you could put Skunk 2 bushings in here, and then these are basically Skunk 2 control arms. So if you're looking for a Skunk 2, or if you're looking for lower control arms, buy these and save yourself $160.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay, so these are about to be super stuck. We're gonna see if we can get it to.
Oh, yeah.
It didn't break.
You sure?
Yeah, if anything, it broke loose. Okay, now we want to go the other way. That's the trick with these, is you gotta go back and forth.
Oh, fuck. Oh, yeah, I don't think it did break.
No, it didn't break. Go back and forth until they break loose.
I get scared, and I have Nick do this because I did my old Integra, and I really f***ed it up, so I had to sit here with a torch. Oh, shit.
So this is gonna be a pain in the ass. We're gonna have to do this for a while. You like that? All right.
Demonetized.
So we're cutting it now. Is it recording?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we couldn't get it out, so we're cutting it. Got the Sawzall. For these side ones, you really can't get in there with an angle grinder. So got new blades ready to go. This shouldn't take too long, maybe 10 to 20 minutes. Let's go. Probably just get the rest of the Sawzall, maybe. Let's see. There we go.
Was that the rest?
That was it.
Okay. Cool.
I was afraid that it was gonna like pop down or something, but I figured that it was already pushed down as much as it's going to.
Yeah. Now we just undo that.
See? So much faster to use that thing.
Yeah.
I mean, both of them suck, but let's get this last one off here. Technically, this thing should.
Wait, don't pull the ABS line.
It's all.
Oh,
detached,
but
right?
also the sway bar.
Oh, that's what it is.
What is it attached with?
Just a 14.
Okay.
There we go. Oh shit. There we go.
All right, so we finally basically got this one out. I don't know why I did that.
Oh, it's just stuck. Little stuck boy.
Okay. Well, we got that one out.
This is why it's super important to break it loose though before you cut it, because otherwise you're never gonna break this thing loose with vice grips. There we go. Got the second half of the bolt out. So now we can put in the new LCA. We're leaving this one in here because we're trashing these coils. Yeah, there's the new boy.
So it'll be like that.
Yep.
All right.
And are these? Yep, they're identical on both sides.
Yeah.
So. All right, we got the lower control arms out. They're down there. And now we're lowering the car down so we can get the coilovers out, or the rear struts, not coilovers. We got that out now. So now we're just gonna go ahead and pop the coilover in there. This isn't
actually going in. We just have to swap the perches and the bottom part of the coil to the actual rears, because these come set up for drag racing out of the box, so you get a higher spring rate in the rear, which for road racing you want a higher spring rate in the front. So we gotta swap them really quick.
Yeah, so I'll work on the other one, but I just want to show you guys what he's doing here. So he's just, so that we don't have to undo the top hat, he's just unbolting everything, and then hopefully we can just pull the spring and everything off the bottom. Alright, so we got the coilovers in now. Being bad at showing everything, but they're bolted in up top. They're not bolted in down at the bottom yet, because we got to put the lower control arms in. The preload set and the height's equal on both sides. We don't know how high or low this thing's going to sit just yet, but now we just got to put the rear subframe bar on. You can see him working with that right now. Just got to put that on, and then put the lower control arms in.
Yeah, it goes like this.
Yeah, so we just got to unbolt all of that stuff, right? All right, so we had a little trouble. We got the lower control arms on now. We couldn't do the rear subframe brace because the bolts that they gave us for these were the wrong thread. So there's where he's sitting in the rear, pretty low, looking pretty good. There's the front. So they're pretty close. Even the front could come down a little bit, but looks good.
We didn't do the front.
Yeah, we didn't do the front. We're just...
We just ran out of time. It's like 1 in the morning already, almost 1:30, and he has to be at work he has to get up at 5:30. I have to get up at 6:45. So we're just gonna call it a night.
Yeah, and it's sitting not on the lift. At least it wasn't. It might be now, but yeah. So I can get those out, and that's just how low it is. All right, guys. Well, we finished. He's getting ready to take off, and it's 1:15, and we're about to wake up the neighbors, and they're gonna be super mad because my car is open dump right now, and I'm gonna pull it in here, and his car is louder because it's NA and has a super loud exhaust, but that's it.
It looks pretty low. I thought I was gonna rub at first, but it looks pretty good.
I don't know if
Gotta
you can
get some
see.
wheels. Should be all right.
Yeah, it's really low. But yeah, he's gonna get the correct bolts for his subframe, and then we'll get that installed in a different video. But for now, this is gonna be the end of the video for today. So thank you for watching. Peace out.
Subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe.